Okay, in this video I'll be discussing how to find and optimize the image or images that you're going to be using for your articles. On the internet, image quality is very important, and yet so is image size for quicker page loading. Both are of utmost importance. As you can see here, although this image is small and would allow for fast page loading, the quality is poor. If I were to zoom in, you would see that it's very pixelized and the resolution is not good. And with this image, the quality is excellent, but the image file size is way too big and the page load time would take too long. So I'm going to show you how to find images and then how to optimize them for using them on the web and in your articles. If you do not have some sort of stock photo account like Shutterstock, then you're going to use Google Images to find your article images. So go to google.com and you would click on Images, and then you would search your key terms for your image. We'll stick with the monkey theme and search monkeys. Now once you see your search results, it's pulling up all kinds of images that have good quality, poor quality, and what we want to do here at this point is click on Search Tools, click on Size, go down to Larger Than, and I always use this particular setting here, the 1024 by 768 setting. Now the images that are in the search results are going to be of better quality. And keep in mind that landscape-oriented images will work better for articles and for social media. So try and avoid images that are portrait-oriented. So choose your image and save it. Me, I always just drag and drop. Or you can just save it. Save image as, and then save it to your desktop or wherever you want to save it. Now you're going to want to open the image in some type of photo editing software. Now many of you may not have Adobe Photoshop or feel comfortable with using it, so I recommend using a website called picmonkey.com, and this is where you can edit your photos. You can crop, enhance, add filters, resize, and best of all, it's free. Keep in mind, real quick, that there's typically two types of photos that you'll be using for your articles. There's what's called a feed image, and then there's article content images. The feed image is the main image at the top, which is basically the face of your article and the image that will pull up on social media when you share your articles. The other images will only be seen if a reader opens up the article and reads it. So we're going to do the quality of the feed images with one setting and the quality of these article images with a different setting. So at this point I'm going to open up that image that I saved. Into the PicMonkey photo editor. Now the required optimization for the feed image is 1100 pixels wide, and the file size needs to be between 100 kilobytes and 150 kilobytes. But definitely you need to stay under 150 kilobytes. So then you can crop, enhance, and filter as you see fit. I may crop it to give it a little more of a landscape look. And then I'm going to resize it to the required 1100 pixels wide. Make sure that the Keep Proportions box is checkmarked. Okay. Then at this point I may add a filter. Let's say dusk. And you can also play with the fade of the filter. And then I'm going to save the image now that it's cropped and it fits the requirement of 1100 pixels wide. Now keep in mind, this is the feed image. This is going to be the face of your article. So here you would click Save, and it'll give you the option of determining your file size down here. These three buttons here change the file size quality. Obviously this is too big. The Pierce setting is 118 kilobytes, which fits within the parameters of 100 to 150, and this would work. There's no need to make the quality lesser if you don't have to. I'll save to my computer. I'll overwrite the existing one. And as you can see, the quality of the image is pretty good. You now have yourself an optimized feed image. Now, to optimize an image that you would use in the body of your article, especially in list articles, these need to be what I call super optimized. So let's say we were to go find another image. Oh, let's take this one right here. I want to put this in the body of my article. I'll drag and drop it or save it to your desktop, whichever works easiest for you. And then I'm going to open it up in the PicMonkey photo editor. Okay, this needs to be super optimized. So I'd go through the same process. I'd crop it. I just like more landscape oriented images. Works better with these articles. Apply. Okay, and the way you super optimize these images is do about half of what you did with the feed image. So instead of doing 1100, I would do 550 pixels wide, making sure that the Keep Proportions box is checked. Hit Apply. I could add a filter. And then I'm going to save it and be sure that the file size is again about half of what the feed image is. So typically between 50 and 75. This one works. If I go to the Sean setting, it might be a little too big. Roger setting is smaller, but I don't need it to be that small. Between 50 and 75 is good enough. So I'm going to go with the Pierce setting again. Save it, overwrite the original file, and as you can see, the quality is not as good, but considering it's just an article image, it's good enough. Now you have yourself a super optimized image. Okay, that concludes this video on image optimization. The video to watch next in this video series, finally, is Publishing Your Article in Wise Scholar, an Introduction.